One of my best friends in middle school was diagnosed with autistic and schizophrenic symptoms. Her reality was changing with hallucinations, countless visits to the doctor, and overall a shift in a character from the carefree and lighthearted girl that I grew up with. My reality also changed along with hers. The questions that overwhelmed me changed from who had the prettiest silly bands or whose hair looked the nicest to what if the doctors knew about her condition sooner? What if they could have given her more effective medicines? Now, when I was searching up these questions, the terms that came up to me were completely foreign to a young middle schooler, and I wasn't sure how I could be there to help her. But in high school, I've dedicated years researching solutions to these questions that me and millions of others who have loved ones with psychiatric disorders are concerned about. So far, I've identified a key protein in the brain that can be used to detect schizophrenia, designed a neural implant, and developed diagnostics for autism. But looking back, what unlocked my potential and continues to unleash my curiosity are two things. First is audacity to act on these desires, and secondly, simply having care for my friend. Now, audacity is widely defined as the confidence to say or do what you want despite difficulties, risks, or the negative attitudes of other people. All breakthroughs and medical innovations that we have are structured around such an audacity to break social norms, an audacity to discover new things that many people have told us didn't exist, and an audacity to keep going despite all of those discouragements. Now, I've been conducting scientific research for about 4 years now, and it surprisingly required a lot more audacity than one would think. I was shunned by professors I reached out to who said that I don't have, quote, the art and intellect to science. Now, although I was just trying to treat my friend's condition and be more aware about how to help, no one was willing to mentor me. But I was audacious and I seeked out the mentors for my own journey. HOSA is a great example of an activity with great mentors. I'm so lucky to have become friends with other brilliant students in my region and participate in collaborative activities such as the leadership conference that occurs. Something else that I've learned is that care and compassion is important to cultivating potential, especially to those in the healthcare professions. A study at Harvard University called the New Youth Campaign discovered that only 1 in 5 children thought that caring for others was a top concern. Students in the current hyper competitive environment crowd out other human qualities on a path for success. When asked, where do you see yourself in 15 years? Most people think that the answer has to do with money or having a top corporate position. Now ask yourselves for a few seconds, what is it that you strive for? It probably wasn't that you want to be a very compassionate and loving person. And that shows my concern that we've numbed ourselves to the potentials and what counts as our humanity. Other than the environment that we're raised in, we've also numbed ourselves during the pandemic. COVID 19 has truly tested the limits of our humanity, where 1 in 3 Americans feel chronic loneliness. How do we connect with others through a computer screen? How can we even think about having the potential to do great things when confined to the limits of our own homes? I believe that the only reason we even attempt to do the answer to these questions is because deep down we care about what we do and have some passion either to people or for the activities that we're involved in. Focusing on this motivation is key because it's what kept us going in an isolated society. Now the question becomes how can we increase this and nurture that care and compassion for our potential? Berkeley University provides some suggestions. My favorite tip is from philosopher John Dewey, who said, all genuine education comes through experience. Open yourself to new experiences, meet new people, and try to adapt to new views of life. Because what matters most is changing the world, is having a real humane reason to do so and be connected to the actual reasons that you have. If you're motivated from compassion and empathy, you can also be audacious in carrying out that goal. For me, simply wanting to help a friend is a reason that I've dared to make change through my scientific research.